It's not the bad day that gets you, it's what happens when the bad day doesn't stop. If you didn't catch part one, I want you to go ahead and watch it, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick summary. Think of your energy like a bank account. You wake up with 100 units, and by the time you get to the thing that actually matters, most of them are already gone. And here's the thing, you don't always stop spending when you hit zero. Sometimes you go straight into overdraft. And trust me, overdraft has a cost. There's overdraft interest because your energy account doesn't just sit there, it compounds. I'll give an example. If you spend it on distraction today, then distraction compounds and it gets a little bit more familiar tomorrow. So tomorrow you reach for more distraction. Kind of like a bad ex, who somehow still has your number. Know what I mean? If you spend it on overwhelm, your body starts treating overwhelm as the default setting. So it goes into overwhelm easily. You with me? Then if you spend it on constantly comparing yourself to people, comparing yourself to others online, then congratulations. You're basically just training your mind to become an Olympic level self critic where you're criticizing everything and you're finding fault with everything that you do. But on the other hand, here's the useful part about compounding as well. If you spend that time, if you spend that energy on rest, on actual real rest, then your body starts learning that recovery and rest is available and healing is available. If you spend it on the people you love, being actually present when you're with them and connecting with them and start giving back, then you find that you get that reciprocal connection back in your relationships. If you spend it on the thing that you're actually trying to build, even if it's for 20 minutes at a time, to start compounding, interest starts building there. And so you get momentum instead of excuses. Something, though, that I really want to address is something that people don't really talk about. But what happens when it's not just one bad day, but you keep running your account into the negative for months, even for years? Then that starts taking a toll on your body. And when you're chronically overdrawn, it starts showing up in terms of your cells, in terms of your immune system, in terms of you, like for instance, you might have a migraine that's showing up every week, and you're thinking, this is just my new normal. You're accepting it as normal. You're starting to feel run down. It's taking you a while longer to recover. You're making more mistakes. You're making more mistakes than you would normally make. You're forgetting appointments. Things are beginning to fall through the cracks. And it's not that you're careless. What's happening is that you're being overdrawn. You're going into bankruptcy. And so when you're bankrupt, then that makes everyone careless. And it doesn't just stop with your body. It happens when your energy is overdrawn. And so in cases like that, then people stay in situations they've already outgrown because it takes energy to leave. It takes energy to set boundaries. It takes energy to have difficult conversations. It takes energy to start over. And if you're already depleted and you've spent everything on just trying to get through the day, then you don't actually choose what you actually want. You end up choosing what's easier, what requires the least amount of energy just for you to survive. So you stay. And it's not necessarily because you want to stay, you stay because you don't have the budget to do anything else. And here comes the hardest part. You start getting angry and frustrated at yourself because you know there's a version of you out there that can do better, that wants more for itself, that's capable of much more. And you can see that version clearly. And you keep asking, why am I not there yet? Why am I not making more progress? But I think you're asking the wrong question. You're asking that version of you that's already depleted to build a life on an account that's already overdrawn. And so, honestly, what you need isn't more criticism. What you need is to get your resources back. You need to ask, maybe the real question isn't, why don't I have more energy? Maybe the much better question, maybe there's a much better question, and that's what we're going to get to in part 3.